Hello and welcome. My name is Yesenia Soltero, author of Healing is an Art. Thank you for taking the time to be here today. In this episode, I will be reading Chapter 4, The Body as a Battlefield. These chapters explore the relationship many of us have with our bodies, the shame we carry, the stories we inherit, and the quiet journey of learning to see ourselves with compassion instead of judgment. Whether you're joining me for the first time or continuing on this journey, chapter by chapter, I'm honored that you're here. Let's begin. Chapter 4, The Body as a Battlefield. My body was my first boundary. As long as I can remember, it lived under judgment by others and by me. What should have been my home became a source of shame, struggle, and disconnection. Carrying a body that did not fit into others' molds was my first war, and I fought it in silence for years. Shame, weight, and self worth. From a very early age, I learned what it meant to feel out of place. The looks, the comments, the comparisons, even the silences left a deep mark. I learned to hide under other oversized clothes, under attitudes, under the illusion that if it was invisible, it wouldn't hurt. But it hurt. I looked at myself in photographs and did not recognize who I was. With time, I understood that many of those perceptions were not true, but the damage had already been done. Shame slowly seeped into the way I related myself to others. That wound also echoed in my relationships. I became accustomed to accepting emotional crumbs, to feeling grateful for being chosen even when I was not treated with care. I did not know I deserved more because no one had taught me to respect myself, to treat myself with respect. Eating to silence loneliness. Food became a refuge, reward, punishment, and comfort. I learned to eat when I was not hungry, to feel emptiness with flavors, to numb exhaustion, sadness, and anxiety with plays that lasted seconds and guilt that lasted days. I entered cycles of extremes, restriction, binging, shame, new promises, repeated falls. I was not punished with food, I was rewarded with it. And without realizing it, I confused nourishment with love, presence with sweetness, silence with company. I fed myself in order not to feel, but the emptiness remained. The bridge, the first time I felt seen. There was a decisive moment, the first time I felt truly seen. It did not come from a romantic relationship, but from a presence that reflected me with respect. Someone listened without judgment, spoke to me with admiration, and held me with words that demanded nothing in return. That encounter was a mirror. It allowed me to see myself with dignity for the first time. It was not simple. There were boundaries, difficult decisions, and conscious renunciation of what did not belong. But it left behind a gift that transformed my path, the certainty that I deserve to be seen with true love, the kind that does not hide or possess, the kind that honors. That mirror did not appear alone. In my life, there were also quiet pillars who held me when it seemed everything was falling apart. They did not make noise, they made a home. Returning to the body. That experience changed my relationship with my body. For the first time, I stopped feeling shame. I began to look at myself with compassion, to understand that I am not a number on a scale, but a complete story. Even after transforming my body in visible ways, the deepest healing occurred when I learned to see myself as I deserve, with respect. The day I stood beside others and no longer felt out of place, something clicked. I knew at last I was seeing myself with new eyes. Final reflection: my body is not a prison, it is my temple. For years, it was a battlefield, the stage of silent wars, the target of ridicule, the object of judgment. Today, I know I do not need permission to love it. Self love is not born from a number or size, it is born from recognizing everything I have overcome, everything I have carried, and the conscious decisions to care for myself. Today, I honor my body. I care for it. I thank it. Because this body, imperfect and sacred, held me even when I did not want to keep going. And for that, it deserves to be loved. I deserve to be loved inside and out. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this chapter resonated with you, I invite you to join me next week as we continue this journey together with Chapter 5, Artificial Intelligence and Spiritual Healing. Before we close, I'd like to share a short excerpt from This Body Is My Home, the song that was born from the reflection in this chapter. You can find the Healing is an Art music collection here on YouTube and all major digital platforms. This recording was narrated by the author. Minor pauses, emotional moments, and imperfections have been intentionally preserved to honor the authenticity of the reading experience. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Your body is not your enemy, it's your home. Healing is an art, and so are you.
My body held the silence of battles no one knew. Every wound unspoken lived in what I grew into. I tried to numb